Hey y'all, welcome to Clackbait. Today we'll be taking a look at the Mr. Suit by OwlLabs. If you're not familiar with OwlLabs, they're the designers and manufacturers behind the Jelly Epoch, which was extremely popular this year. It brought on some innovation into gasket mounting, and the PE foam mod actually came because of this board. So I'm excited to see what kind of innovation they brought with this particular keyboard. This is a TKL setup. Let's take a look at what's in the box. We have a couple plates here, FR4 and a palm plate. Couple of PCBs. I ordered an extra. Always grab an extra PCB. Let's take a closer look at the palm plate. This will be the plate that I use in my build. I tend to like using palm over any other material because it is flexy and it gives me that pop sound that I really like with my builds. You do see that they have flex cuts here at the top, and on the side we have two separate flex cuts. The FR4 plate is going to be something that I use on some of my deeper sounding switches. I do like the feel of this as well. It is stiffer than the palm plate, as you can see here. The bend isn't as much, and you do have larger flex cuts on this one because it's a little bit stiffer. It's actually the same material they use on PCBs. And we have our plate foam, our PCB, PE foam, and our case foam. I'll be using all these in the build. It also comes with stab shims, which I never really use, so nah. We have a little bag with some feet and gaskets. Their gaskets are called socks, and they actually just slide right onto the gasket part of the plate, which is really, really nice. I'm not sure if you've ever built a gasket keyboard, but the ones that come with the stickers suck. Really, really hard to install. This one is super simple. You just slide it onto each side of the gaskets on the plate, and you're done. Yeah. They also include some stabs with this board, and they call them OwlStabs. Great marketing, by the way. So these stabs are supposed to be pretty unique. They decided to build them from the ground up. They have their own housings, and these wires, I think, is where it's at. They're made out of liquid metal, and supposedly they're not supposed to bend out of shape. So it will kind of save you from all the ticking noises and having to reform your wires so they work right. Another little surprise was this little Artisan Keycap they decided to throw in the box. Looks nice, has the Suit logo on it. I think it'll go well with the board and the build. Let's take a closer look at the PCB. This thing is wild. It has flex cuts everywhere. And when I say everywhere, it has flex cuts around each alpha. Now, OwlLabs saying they did that to isolate the bounce and typing feel. We're gonna have to see how that is once we build this thing. But as you can see, when I put the light underneath, you can see those cuts around each alpha. And I think that's really interesting. Once again, OwlLabs trying to innovate here. Gotta give them props for that. Now, just initially impressions when I kind of press on it, can't really tell, but we'll see. Now let's take a look at the star of the show. I'm sure everyone wants to see what this case looks like, so here's a little review. Yeah, this is one good looking TKL, and OwlLabs did a great job. The interior weight with the Mr. Suit logo looks awesome. The side cutout adds some dimension to the board, and I really like the angle that it has on the desk. The back with the shiny bottom weight looks awesome, but let's see how it feels. Let's see how it sounds. Let's start the build. let's start the typing test. Before I do that, if you like the video, please go ahead and drop a like down below, and please consider subscribing if you want to follow the channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. Now let's see what this board sounds like. And there you have it. That's the Mr. Suit by OwlLabs. What are my final thoughts? I think OwlLabs designed a beautiful looking keyboard. I think it was really easy to build, only required one screw bit. These sock gaskets were really simple to put on. So overall, OwlLabs consistently getting better at building their keyboards. Major props to them. Now, how about those OwlStabs? I think they're onto something here. Although the housings were really tight, I had to put a lot of pressure to get them in. Those wires never bent out of shape, and I only really did a very minor 205 grade 0 application, and that's it. I didn't get any ticking, and the stabilizer sounded great. So props to OwlLabs on that. Now, should you get in on this? Well, if you're in the market for a TKL, absolutely. This is a great board at a reasonable price, and they're first come first serve sales, and I believe they're gonna have at least a couple more rounds of the sales for this board. So best of luck in that. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. This is a new channel, so that'd mean a lot to me. Once again, I appreciate y'all's time. See you in the next one. Peace.